you doing?
I wasn't doing anything.
Let's say you could do that.
I was
It's just nothing. You don't speak to anyone without I say so. You get me? Oh, you're pathetic. You're gonna cry? Cry to all your friends? It's no way to speak to her. Look at yourself. It's embarrassing.
Hey guys, this is the more serious video that I promised you guys a few days back. Kind of nervous to do it, but I think it's really important that I do it. I wasn't going to post this video at first. I wasn't even going to record this video, but this topic and this issue and my side of the story is just, it's a part of something so much bigger and greater than I am. And I'm not just doing this video for myself or for more subscribers or for more hits. I believe that this is something that needs to be touched up upon. Even like a little fragment of information I have on the subject, I believe that would be beneficial. So at the end of the day, even if one person walks away with greater insight on this topic, or if one person walks away with the strength to overcome the battles in their own life, then this video has already been made worth it and priceless. What I'm going to share with you today is my personal story on relationship abuse. Relationship abuse and abuse in general comes in many shapes, sizes, forms, colors, packages. And it's one of those things that you hear about a lot and your schools try to inform you about and educate you about, but it's kind of one of those things that I find you push to the back of your mind, so to speak, because you're just like, that's never going to happen to me. That's how I thought also, but then one day, what if it does happen to you? What do you do then? As you guys know, I just recently broke up with my ex-boyfriend. We were going out for 3.5, close to 4 years. We met at a party. I was 16 turning 17 and he was 19 at the time. We lived in New Brunswick together for 2 years. Like not together, but like his family lived in New Brunswick, my family lived in New Brunswick, so we'd always like go between houses for like holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, yada yada yada. And then we moved to Ottawa together. I remember I did a video about that because I was really excited about that. In Ottawa is when I first noticed a change. On the outside, everything looked really perfect, and anyone who's ever kind of like glanced at it has always said that we were like a really cute couple and we just got along very well. But it was like the inner workings and like the tiny things that would happen that really solidified what the relationship was actually about, and it was about control. Since the relationship started, now that I look at it, he always had some kind of control over me and over the situations around him. In high school, so when I started going out, I was a lot like a floater. Like I had a lot of different groups of friends, but I didn't really know where I fit in exactly. I didn't know exactly which niche I would consider myself a part of. And so he used that to his advantage. And early on, just our relationship was a lot of like me and him one-on-one time. And if I did hang out with other people, it was always me and him and other people. It was never myself and other people, so to speak. And I didn't have a problem with that for the longest time, honestly. Like, I liked meeting his friends. I liked getting to know his friends. But then it just got out of hand because at one point I lost touch of who I was and which relationships I was having. And suddenly, like, my best friends weren't my best friends anymore. And suddenly the things that I really loved doing, I didn't enjoy so much anymore just because of this like separation anxiety that I was feeling because I wasn't with him. And that was something he used to his advantage against me, because I know he didn't like going to my parents' place that often. So I remember he would get angry at me whenever I would want to go over to spend holidays. He'd get angry at me when I didn't want to go over to his house and sleep over all the time, just like little things like that. And we didn't fight so tremendously badly. Like, looking into our relationship, you wouldn't really assume anything was wrong. But just the fights we would have, like, they were very controlling. And I could tell by the look in his eye, the way he wanted me to react. And if he didn't get what he wanted, then I knew there'd be a consequence of some sort. It's like something he didn't have to say, I just knew it was coming. So I always submitted to him. And in Ottawa, this got like incredibly worse. Like, even like in New Brunswick, I probably could have dealt with that. I probably could have just looked the other way, and I did for a very long time. So from my perspective, like, I was in a brand new city and I wanted to discover like what the city had to offer. I wanted to meet new people, and he wouldn't let that happen. I've never given him any reason to distrust me or think I was promiscuous in any way, but that was just out of the question because somewhere deep in his mind, his trust issues were so bad that if I wasn't like on his watch at all times, I was obviously doing something to wrong him. So there was a lot of times where I didn't go to parties and I didn't go to events and I didn't go to socialize at times when I really wanted to and I really needed to, because when you're in a new city, like what you need is to feel connected. You don't want to feel isolated. And that's what he made me feel. That's whenever like I'd have to pick my battles. If I wanted to go somewhere, I'd know that I'd be coming home to him screaming at me for having pictures on Facebook of me having a good time. This went on for almost the entire year in Ottawa. And then I'm not really sure what it was. It's just like I said in my other video, I got up one day and I wasn't happy. I just knew I wasn't being myself and I knew I wasn't being true to myself. And I also, I had really good people around me. I had people who knew that I was holding back. I knew that I could one day eclipse the person I was with. And so I shrank to fit. And I shrank so that I would avoid any altercations we would have. And I didn't want to fight. And I didn't want him to hate me. And so I held myself back for a very long time. And the only time things got really bad is when I started defending myself and I started standing up for myself. And that's when I really knew that there was a problem. Once I started taking care of myself better, once I started actually putting myself first instead of him and getting my own sense of self and remembering who Johnny is, that's when things really changed for the worse, because he'd call me selfish for trying to better myself. He would have crying fits where he said he thought he was losing me. And it just wasn't happening anymore. I think we broke up twice when we were in Ottawa. We broke up once, and it only lasted for about a month, and then I came crawling back just because I was like, you know what, this is hard. And the hardest thing about it was I still loved him. And no matter how much I knew that he wronged me, I still loved him. And every action I was doing that was hurting him killed me inside. Eventually, I just got in touch with my family again, and I got in touch with my old friends. And what I really just needed was some time away from the world, I think. And so this is what really just kind of explains my absence from YouTube. I'm sorry, now you understand, I just couldn't face YouTube. I couldn't face people analyzing and dissecting every inch of my life because I couldn't take it at that time. I just needed someone who was going to be there for me. And so I took the summer off, and I had my friends, and I had my family, and I came home. I left all of my furniture there. I honestly just packed up. My brother picked me up, and we drove back. And it was the best 13 hours I've had in a very long time. It was definitely hard at first, just once again, because I did have those feelings for him, and just when you share your life with someone for such a long time, it's just natural that you become attached to them and you become dependent on that interaction with them, so to speak. And it's just devastating when someone that you invested so much time and so much love and so much trust into doesn't have the same respect for you. And that was probably the hardest thing. I've gotten back in touch with my family, which has been much needed. He made me feel ashamed of my family. He made me feel like I didn't need my family, like I just needed him. Just for the sake of not having an argument, I went along with that. Although, to this day, I didn't feel like my abuse story meant that much, or if it even was that serious, because there wasn't any punching or hitting or bruises or black eyes to hide. The fact of the matter is, mental abuse can be just as, if not more, detrimental than physical abuse. My self-value and my self-esteem, my integrity, that's what was taking a hit. I've never felt so small before. I've never felt like I couldn't accomplish anything like that before. I've always been someone who's had a high self-esteem and just a high regard for myself. And so the fact that I let someone take that away from me is very disturbing to me. This video is giving me closure just by talking about it. By hearing the horrible things I'm saying that have happened to me and that are actually true, I know that I made the right decision in leaving, and I couldn't have done it without the help of my friends, without the help of my family, and most importantly, my mother, whom I did not have the best relationship with her because whenever we'd fight, it'd always be about my relationship. And I didn't want her to dislike who I was with. But the reason she disliked him is because she saw what he was doing to me. So my mom has showed me the most unconditional love that I'll ever experience. And I just want you to know that that unconditional love is out there for you if you need it. I might not have all the answers. I might not have everything that you want to hear. But if this is happening to you, or if this is happening to someone that you love and you care about, at least talk to them or talk to someone you think you can help. If you don't know who you can talk to, you can always talk to me. Just inbox me here on YouTube with the title My Story, and I'll know what you're talking about right away. And I'll hold those messages with the highest seniority over all the other messages that I receive. Whew. Closing with that. I just uploaded a new song onto my music channel, and it's called My Deliverance, and it's just kind of about unconditional love, and it's mostly just a song I wrote about my mom for my mom, just about her putting up with me and taking me back and helping me through one of the hardest moments in my life.
Well, go on, try it then. You're good at spending my money, aren't you?
90% of domestic abuse cases take place behind closed doors. Does that mean it can be ignored? 1 in 5 women will be attacked or sexually assaulted by their partner, but most tell no one they're being abused. If it's happening to you, or someone you know, there are people you can talk to and places you can go for advice.
Can I help you?
Yeah, this one'll do. Thanks.
We've already helped many people to move on from abusive relationships. If you, or anyone you know, is affected by domestic abuse, call 0808 80 10 800 for help and support.
So did you win at football then?
Yeah, of course we did.
Well, because you're the best?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so.
So, do you want a bit of fun before your parents get back?
Doing what?
You know, just a bit of fun.
No, let's just watch this.
Oh, come on. I'll tell everyone you're frigid.
Well, why would you do that?
Well, you basically are being now.
Well, no, not really, because we've already done it.
Yeah, but you said we would tonight. Then you dragged me over here and now you say it's not happening.
Well, let's just watch this, alright? I don't know my mum's going to be back. No, I don't want
Oi.
to. No, I don't want to.
How about a cuddle?
What always happens at the end of a cuddle?
Well, who's that?
Nicole?
Oh, you and your mates.
What are you doing?
That's your fault, that.
I've only just got this.
Don't talk to me like that. And anyway...
Why are you talking to Nicole? You know I don't like her.
So I'm not even allowed friends now, I'm not.
Go on, you mate.
Can you please just leave me? You really hate me.
Look at you. You're pathetic.
Please, can you just let go of me, alright? No, I'll do it.
You're going to have to put some work in to get me ready now. Well, go on then. Show me something.